Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle video tutorial on blend tool and the repeat feature in 2021. If you haven't got 2021, this will not work. Now, the blend tool, well, there's a blend here. You can see the blend design. It goes from orange all the way through to blue. Now, sadly, this tool does not work particularly well with the repeat, but you can still expand it. So best thing is create the design, then use the repeat. So I'm just going to quickly go through this. So just go here to the blend tool, but of course before you do that you need some objects to work with, and I'm just going to go with 2. Obviously that initial one was with 3. You can have 15 objects and go through and blend between the whole lot. So I'm just going to go to ellipse, probably reasonable, maybe blue, and then I'm just going to go with maybe not blue, but let's go with pink. Now with that you can see those 2 designs there, but I can blend. So I can just go over here to the blend tool and click there, the center of that design there, and click there. And you can see the design. I always click, I'm certain you can click elsewhere as well, but I always click in the center, just habit. Now, once you've done that, you can also manipulate this design as well. So if you want to, you just go over here, you've got the curvature pen tool. I always like to do this, curvature tool. Weirdly, it's called curvature pen tool in Photoshop, curvature tool here, just to confuse. And you can always add points. So now what you can do, you can bend that, which is really great for the repeat feature. So you can add another point, and you can see you can create virtually a 3-dimensional effect between the 2 there. It starts to look very 3-dimensional anyway. And you can have that go down there, and so on. Obviously you can go too far. I'm just showing you can manipulate the curve. That's the key thing. Now what I can now do is with this design, and this is why it's preparation. Create the design first, because sadly if I go now, I'm going to quickly show you object and repeat, radial is not available, or grid or mirror. It's annoying. I don't know why. It'd be really nice, but obviously this is an object that it doesn't seem to want to know. It's like symbols. It doesn't like symbols either. There's certain things you can't use. So do it, position it. Now you can still manipulate it, you can still do a whole load, but you have to expand. So object and expand. So click OK. So now you've got all these paths, all those designs. And of course you can manipulate all those. If you want to manipulate the individual ones, always do that. But what you can now do is, I'm just going to resize it slightly. You can go to object and you can go down to repeat. And you can see now you've got radial, you've got grid, and you've got mirror. So radial first, and you can see the radial design there. And you can see, just create that, your design. So you can create some very nice, colourful, flowing designs there. And you can still manipulate this design. So what you can do, you can obviously change this, but you can also change this blend. But you can't change it, obviously, as it was. You can always, of course, work there. So you can see you can do that. Now sadly you think, oh, but I can now just create a blend once I'm inside. I don't think that would work. I suspect that because I've tried this with a number of tools that don't work with the tool. Once you're inside you can't add using this, but you've still got that design, which is really quite a nice design, and you can still always recolor it, modify it. You've got various color options. You can always do edit and edit color and recolor artwork. So if you want to, you can always tweak it and modify. So you just change the colour, those sorts of things. You might not want to do that, but you can recolour things. And you can add effects to it as well. So if you want to, you've got that design, resize it, and you can go to effect, maybe go to blur and Gaussian blur. And you can see you can blur the design. There's a load of different things you can do. So it's not just that. But of course, also you can go and manipulate the points you want. Maybe go to add effects, maybe distort, and maybe free distort or zigzag or whatever. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of points involved, so it might slow down quite considerably. And also what you can also do, you can always duplicate the part. So you can hold down the Alt Option key and resize that, and you can see, just create additional designs there as well. There's numerous possibilities. Now, some of the tools here are available, though you'll probably find, unfortunately, Envelope Distort is not available. That's another tool that just cannot work with the repeat feature particularly well. So there's the design there. Now I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to come out. So let's just come out, and you've got this design. What you can do, if you don't want this, I'm just going to go, because I'm not going to create the blend again. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to Object, Repeat, and you can release. So you can release it and just remove that, because I want to now show the grid. So and I don't want to create a new blend. So Object and Repeat and Grid. And you can see what happens there. You can increase the number of grids, the number of elements in it, or instances I should say. You can also make that further out. You can also go that direction as well, increase the distance. I don't find it so flexible to work with the grid. I have to say the grid I find slightly fiddly in comparison with the radial. Radial is so much easier to use. I just feel that the interactive controls just make it slightly. I wish they'd added another sort of control here so you could drag it that way as well. I know you can always rotate it, but it's an awful apply transformations and all those sorts of things. But you can still, and you can still manipulate if you want to go into there, you can just change it there. And you can see if you change it, it all squeezes together like that. And you can also rotate and create some interesting combinations that way as well. And always come out just via the top left. So click up there. Now I'm going to do exactly the same as before, Object and Repeat and Release, because I don't want the grid. Now what I'm going to do is the next one, which is the mirror. That's the last one. So mirror, just go to Object and down to Repeat and Mirror. And you can see you've got the design there, and you can just join these two together, create some very interesting combinations. You can still rotate the design, just put it to about that position, and you can see the design there. And I can come out, and you've got this lovely design, which of course what you can also do is now you can go to Object and you can go to Repeat, and you could use Mirror to create another one, but you can also use Radial, and you can see then you get the end result like that. And you can see the design there. So whole loads of things can be used with the blend tool and the repeat feature, even if it does mean unfortunately you have to say go to the there, create that, and actually before we finish, let's just go to create star design, and you can see it with a different shape than that. Now another thing that you could do, of course, I've used different colours. You could then blend, obviously go there and you can blend. There's the blend tool. Click there again, just click there and click there, and you can blend like that. But you can also, I think quite a nice effect is go over here, and instead of, let's just go over there, you can maybe go for white, or maybe make that null. Just go there, and then go to the stroke, and I'm going to go for black. Yeah. So you've got that design. Now you can blend between that as well, and this, so you can click there and click there. Yeah, eventually it will do it. Now you can also modify, so you can just click on there, and you've got smooth color. You can specify steps, so you can say like, oh, 50 or something. So you can create sort of lovely sort of design like that. And again, you can still do exactly what you did before. Curvature tool, click on this. You've got this long line down the center. You can modify this, so you can just change that. And of course, what you can also do, if you want, just go there, click there again. Maybe this time make it 100. And you can see you can increase that. Well, what you can also do again, simply you have to expand again. That's the trouble, you have to expand. So Object and expand. Once you've done that, Object and Repeat and Radial. And you can see design there. All kinds of different, I like, actually that's quite nice, sort of 3 design. Let's bring that so you can see it a bit better. And you can still manipulate, see the angle. And you can still double click, go in there and tweak it as well. So if you want to, you can create design like that. And so on and so on. There's literally thousands of different possible designs you can create using this repeat feature along with the blend tool. Well, I hope you found this of interest. Always adding new tutorials about Illustrator, Photoshop, etc. Also, of course, on 2021, that's the key thing to remember. This is only 2021 and obviously, hopefully, beyond 2022, 2023, 2024. And obviously, lots of different applications. So please subscribe. And also, got any comments? Got any sort of, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Also, things that made me think, well, you know, you didn't really explain something well, or maybe there's an area that I could explain maybe in a different way. Please let me know in the comments. Always appreciated. A dislike or like. Thank you much.